Alright, I have to wait till this loads in order for me to be able to put this on. I have to be very selective on what I upload on this channel. Indonesia's most volatile volcano, Mount Merapi, erupts. Now check it out. Indonesia's most volatile volcano. It erupted this morning, and so this is this morning, because the date on this, just April, or August 8th. Good Lord, I'm way behind. April. Mount Merapi is the most active of more than 120 active volcanoes in Indonesia. The 2.968 meter high stratovolcano has seen increased volcanic activity in recent weeks, releasing the plumes of ash high into the air and with a dome of solidified lava growing rapidly on its summit. Sunday morning, the lava dome partially collapsed, sending in at least 7 pyroclastic flows, a mixture of hot debris, lava, and gases, 3 kilometers, 1.8 miles down its slopes. Ash from the eruption blanketed several villages and nearby towns, but no casualties were reported. Mount Merapi is one of the 16 decade volcanoes that can produce large, potentially destructive eruptions in densely populated regions. Merapi's last major eruption in 2010 killed 347 people and displaced 10,000, one of the deadliest volcanic eruptions in recent years. Indonesia frequently experiences earthquakes and volcanic eruptions because it lies near an intersection of shifting tectonic plates, including the Pacific Plate, Eurasian Plate, Australian Plate, and Philippine Plate. As parts of the colliding plates and seafloor are pushed into Earth's mantle and partially melt, blobs of hot magma rise upwards and mix with water and gases released by subducted marine sediments, resulting in highly explosive volcanic eruptions on the surface. Okay, I want to show you something really quick, so bear with me, you guys. Okay, now this is Mount Merapi that just went off. Now that was just this morning. Okay, that was just put out like a couple hours ago. Alright, now I'm going to show you something else that happened recently. Oops. I don't think I did that right. Okay, my apologies. Okay, look at this. I-70 mudslides changed the path of the Colorado River. So rains triggered mudslides in Glenwood Canyon. Colorado mudslide closes major interstate highway. I just did a writing recently about the Delta, and all I did was put in all the meanings of what the Delta is. And then I made a suggestion, because they are studying the deltas of the world. Why are they studying the deltas of the world? Well, isn't it funny that there's delta rays too? And we are on the Delta variant. And now, Delta it's an energy company. And Don Fum says they're using seismic acoustic sound waves. So Delta is a sound wave, and it can affect the delta cell in the body. But that same sound wave can affect the deltas of the world. How bizarre is that? Well, check it out. I know that it's not every day that this thing happens. Matter of fact, this mudslide that closed down I-70 in Colorado is actually considered a 500-year event. Like, this doesn't happen but once every 500 years. Now think about what I've been talking about. Think about the fact that I can't even talk, because everything I talk about, they censor, kick me off the channel for. I've got more strikes than you can imagine. And I'm surprised the channel is still up. And yet I've been writing over this for, 2 years now? Talking about this for 2 years. And granted, I thought it would happen. I did. I really did think this was already going to happen. But, of course, you cannot read signals and not be on the inside and not automatically assume, oh my gosh, this is the big one. Granted, I only, when earthquakes. Some earthquakes hit, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's going to be an earthquake hit today, and sure enough, it did. You know, in California, there was a 6.4 on July 4th, and I knew it was going to hit, and I told plenty of people it was going to hit, and it did hit. It was only a 6.4, but I knew they were going to set off an earthquake. That was going to be, you know, one you could feel. And here we are. So, and I'm saying, I'm reading these signals for these earthquakes, right? Well, I stopped reading those signals. It has been absolutely fruitless for me to follow them. And the only reason why is because, number one, they messed with all the material that I had worked on some time ago. So anything that I had recorded, I have to remember every aspect of what I recorded. I recorded it because I can't remember every aspect. So I wrote it down so that I could go back and visit it. But they scrambled that work. Needless to say, I still said they were going to be blowing volcanoes, right? Right? Okay. Not trying to be right here. I am trying to say this, however. We have been forewarned about this event. And if me warning, you know, once every month or once every 3 months, you know, however it works, is necessary, then I will warn. Because there are still many people who are living on the wrong side of life. There's still many people living the lie, not able to come into the knowledge of the truth. And, you know, I strongly suggest, I've always say this, Above Ground World News. Please continue to watch Mike Morales, Above Ground World News. Please continue to watch Holt Hanley. He covers the forest fires. Holt Hanley. And please continue to watch Dutch Sense because he covers the earthquakes. I'm not going to try to reproduce something that people are already doing, and it doesn't help anyways because I've tried to keep track of these things and videos vanish. I have so many troubles, you know, computer-wise, that I get helicopters that sit over me, you know, if I get to talking too much, and they'll sit there for hours, and then my face will burn. And, you know, I'll feel like, oh, why do I have a headache coming on? And different things like that. And then I realize, wow, my lips are peeling. And I've got other issues that appear to be, it's radiation poisoning. And I know people think, oh, that's crazy, you know. But even on Twitch the other day, Dutch Sense, there was a copter flying over him. And I know why. They want this silent. They don't want people to get alerted, you know. And I can't help but to alert you because I know what the Lord showed me. I know what he told me. I know what the understanding he brought me into. And I can't help but saying, you know, have your lives in order. And those of you who continue to watch and listen and stalk me, well, God have mercy on your souls. You know, how dare you consistently try to mess with my feeds? How dare you try to mess with... I left the blogs up that you guys scrambled. I left them up. And I didn't leave them up so that the world can look at me and go, God, this girl's crazy. I left them up so they can look and say, wait a minute. Why does she write different? You know, I mean, granted, I probably have commas and periods that are all in the wrong places because I write the way I talk. I put my periods the way that I talk. You know, I don't care what the establishment told me to do. I do it the way that I feel like I want to do it. And did you know that they've actually done studies over this? People with high IQs, their grammar really sucks. Well, I don't have a high IQ anymore. I've been radiated one too many times. And, you know, I've been hit in the head a couple times. But I also ain't stupid. I'm not no fool. I've been given eyes to see and ears to hear. And I hear what the Spirit is saying to the churches. He's saying, be ready. Be ready. Many of you cannot hear that. Many of you cannot hear that call because you are deaf, dumb, and blind spiritually. You have to call out. Because if you don't call out the moment that you do call out, it's going to be too late. Yes, God loves you, even when you are his enemy. It is written, but I have loved you even when you were my enemy. So, yes, he loves you, even though you operate as his enemy. These volcanoes blowing are just a precursor. Get in and read Revelations 9. Get in and read Joel chapter 2. The locusts that come out of the pit are a locust army that are going to be, people's faces are going to be blackened. What do you think that means? They're going to be scared to death of what they see. And I can't help but saying, imagine a dinosaur just showing up, scaling up your window, up your wall, and before you know it, you're on the second, third floor, and you're like, oh my gosh, there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex in my window that has like a tail, like a scorpion, and he's coming to sting you. And when he stings you, he's like incubating his baby like they did in Sigourney Weaver's Alien. Now, you think it sounds funny. You think it sounds like a comical joke. But there's nothing comical about these words. Folks, it says in Revelations 9, and he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. Joel chapter 2 goes into explaining about this locust army. You guys don't want to be face to face with that and not have the seal of God on your foreheads. That'd be a scary moment. A really scary moment. For a moment, I think you would realize, oh snap, I was wrong. You know, I would rather be wrong about serving God, who I die and find out isn't real, than to spend a lifetime serving myself and die and find out that he was. That's a mistake you can't never change. Once this flesh dies, you can't redo it. There are no redos. There is no reincarnation. You go to sleep and either you rise to everlasting damnation or everlasting life. It's sad what's happening in this world. Truly sad. That people can work feverishly to cover up the crimes of wealthy men and women. And that they will work feverishly against those trying to expose them. This, my friends, is a precursor to what is about to unfold. I don't know what day it's going to unfold, but it's going to unfold soon enough. And when it does, you don't want to be on the wrong side. Please, repent. Give your life to Jesus today. The land shift here in America, I've said it before and I'll say it again, it was pre-planned. These geophysicists, they don't have your best interests in mind. They have their own. Take care, take charge. And, well, don't forget to say your prayers.